The excitement of starting a new business usually hits a wall the moment you sit down to make it official. You are immediately faced with a maze of legal paperwork, confusing acronyms, and conflicting advice about what you actually need to legally operate. To cut the confusion, we'll build this checklist, My Business Master Plan. On the sidebar, note 2 prerequisites before starting: a clear business concept and a standard personal ID, like an Aadhaar or voter card. A common mistake new entrepreneurs make is assuming they must immediately apply for every single license in existence. This scattered approach just wastes your valuable time and money. This master plan is organized so that the documents from each step serve as the required verification for the next, preventing the administrative errors that lead to registration delays. Step 1 is establishing your tax foundation. Every legal business setup in India begins with securing a permanent account number, or PAN, and a tax deduction and collection account number, or TAN. As the checklist updates to our tax foundation section, you see the PAN and TAN icons appear first. These 2 documents are the mandatory precursors you must have before you can manage business taxes or apply for subsequent official registrations. With the tax tracking in place, you move to business entity registration. This is the legal framework that dictates how your company will operate, handle liability, and be taxed. Looking at Step 2 on our screen, your business type branches into 3 choices: a sole proprietorship, a partnership firm, or a private limited company. Locking in your tax IDs and selecting this structure represents the official legal birth of your company. It is the core requirement that makes all of your future operational licenses possible. We now move to the next layer of the plan: securing the mandatory operational licenses. These are the documents that allow you to legally conduct transactions and sell to customers every day. For most new ventures, the first operational step is the MSME, or Odia registration. It is specifically designed to support and legitimize small and medium-sized enterprises. On our checklist, you notice the MSME registration connects directly to this government benefits badge. This provides your business access to government subsidies, financial benefits, and official recognition. Next, we add the GST certificate and your local trade license under the core operations header. If you trade goods or provide services, these 2 documents are an absolute necessity. These core operational documents complete the transition from a registered name to a business that is legally authorized to conduct trade. Now we pivot to industry-specific licenses. Remember the earlier warning about over-applying? These registrations are strictly situational and depend entirely on the specific nature of your work. This diagram illustrates 3 common triggers. A food-related business activates an FSAII registration. Importing or exporting across borders triggers your import and export code. And hiring employees triggers mandatory PF and ESI compliance to protect workers. Once your operations are legal, you must protect your intellectual property. A frequently ignored step in the master plan is registering a trademark. Watch how this digital shield deflects the copycat logos. That is exactly what a trademark registration does in the market. It legally protects your brand identity, blocks identical competitors from stealing your name, and builds immediate digital trust with your customers. The final internal setup step is financial. You need to open a dedicated business bank account entirely in the company's official registered name. Never mix your personal savings accounts with official business transactions. Commingling funds creates massive accounting headaches and strips away the legal liability protections you established during your entity registration. Securing these specific licenses and isolating your finances establishes a formal separation between your business and your personal assets. Identifying the necessary documentation is the first step. The next requirement is the technical execution of each registration. This split-screen graphic shows your 2 paths forward. On the left is the Done For You option, Odia Tax Consultant. They handle all of these specific registrations in one centralized place, so you can focus on building your product. On the right side is the Mastery approach, enrolling in the Income Tax and GST Mastery course provided by the Odia Business Academy. This course leverages over 30 years of finance and taxation experience from founder Ajay Patra. It offers one-on-one guidance, teaching you exactly how to manage compliance, file returns, and handle audits with total confidence. The materials are highly accessible. You get live and recorded classes, PDFs, and ebooks in both Odia and English. Once you finish, you also receive an official certificate of completion. Let's look at the finalized master plan on screen one last time. Every category from your initial PAN to your final business bank account is now checked off in green. Whether you hire an expert to process the paperwork or master the tax compliance yourself, taking immediate action on this checklist is the final step required to turn your business concept into a legal reality.